Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alexandra Oрлова. I'm the student of the SYSTEK State Medical University. As you can see on the screen, my topic today is the contribution of the Russian doctor and scientist Vladimir Petrovich Demichov into the transplantology. My topic is particularly important today because it highlights the contribution of Russian and Soviet medical scientists into the system of the world's healthcare. Vladimir Petrovich Demichov was born on July 18, 1916, in Russia on the Kulini farm in a peasant family. In 1934, Vladimir Demichov entered the Moscow State University at the physiological department of the Faculty of Biology and began his scientific activity very early. During the war, he performed the duties of a pathologist. He joined the Institute of Experimental and Clinical Surgery immediately after the war. In 1946, Vladimir Demichov successfully transplanted a second heart to a dog for the first time in the world, and soon he was able to completely replace the cardiopulmonary complex, which became a worldwide sensation that was not even noticed in the USSR. 2 years later, he began experiments on liver transplantation, and a few years later, for the first time in the world, he replaced a dog's heart with a donor one. This proved the possibility of carrying out such an operation on a person. Demichov's experiments on homoplastic replacement of the heart and lungs attracted the attention of the scientific community. They were performed in 4 stages. The first stage was preparation of the donor heart and lungs for transplantation. The second stage, preparation of the recipient's chest and vessels. Next, extraction of the donor's heart and lungs and their transfer to the recipient's chest with artificial respiration in the transplant. And finally, connection of the transplant vessels, shutdown and removal of one's heart. The life expectancy of dogs after transplantation reached 16 hours. The next important achievement in the world is the world's first memory coronary bypass surgery that was held in 1955-1953. Considerable interest was aroused by the transplantation of the dog's head, which was carried out by Demichov together with Pereyanov in 1954. Demichov developed a method of transplanting the head together with the forelimbs from a puppy to the neck of an adult dog. In this case, the aortic arc of the puppy was connected to the carotid artery of the dog, and his superior vena cava with the jugular vein of the dog. As a result, blood circulation was completely restored in the transplanted head. It retained its functions and all the inherent reflexes. Vladimir Demichov was able to achieve full functioning of both dogs' heads. In 1956, Demichov wrote a dissertation on the topic of transplanting of vital organs. In it, he analyzed the results of his own experiments. They were amazing. Dogs made up of 2 halves lived for several weeks. The defense was supposed to take place at the first medical institute, but the defense didn't take place. The author was considered a visionary, and his work was not worth their attention. Vladimir Petrovich continued to experiment, despite the fact that during the period of intense scientific research, countless commissions were appointed, the purpose of which was to prove the uselessness of experiments and close the laboratory. It was only in 1963 that Demichov and in one day was able to defend 2 dissertations at once, candidate's dissertation and doctoral dissertation. The laboratory under the leadership of Demichov worked until 1986. Methods of transplantation of the head, liver, adrenal glands with kidney, esophagus, limbs were developed. The results of these experiments have been published in scientific journals. Demichov's work has received international recognition. He was awarded the title of Honorary Doctor of Medicine of the University of Leipzig, Honorary Member of the Royal Scientific Society of Sweden, as well as the University of Hanover, the American Meyer Brothers Clinic. He is the holder of honorary diplomas of scientific organizations around the world. However, in our country, he was only the laureate of the Departmental Botanical Prize, awarded by the Academy of Medical Sciences of the USSR. Vladimir Petrovich died of an aneurysm on November 22, 1998, in his apartment on the outskirts of Moscow. He is buried in Moscow at the Vaganevsky Cemetery. Nowadays, he is known as the founder of the transplantology all around the world. Thank you for your attention.